Of course.
God.
And some few other people.
God is trying now.
There's some few other people. Sometimes I have come to learn or train myself in such a way that if it's eating me fully, that is when I spell it out.
Okay.
Because I feel I have. That's what I feel. I feel I have the capacity to solve a lot of things. So it's going way out my strength. That is where I come to relate to someone else for solutions.
Have you ever seen a therapist?
No.
Kevin, have you ever seen a therapist?
Yes, please.
You have? Okay. I mean, you can't disclose why you went to see a therapist, but
I lost my dad, and
oh,
I was in denial for some time. I didn't know it was denial, and the grief took a long time on me, and actually a toll on me. And
were you married at the time?
No.
Okay.
No. And I also learned a bit from my dad. My late dad was a pilot for Ghana Airways, and there was a time he had a plane crash back in '97. And he boiled up a lot of his emotions.
You didn't talk to anybody?
Yeah, trying to deal with what us, like Francis was saying. And I think it's something about men. We try to soak up a lot of pressure, as Ghanaians say. But he was able to open up to us as a family, daddy, children, relationship to, tell us about how it happened, what he's feeling, etc. I think that's what helped me also to be able to open up, because that relationship between the father, the mother, and the children should always be an open relationship. So many things are coming up, which are scary for our kids. So we need to be open in our communication as well.
I have two questions more for the two of you. First, you tell me, because you are married, do you not feel at any point that opening up too much to your wife? Because I've had my friends and I've had people say that it's not everything you tell a woman, it's not everything you tell a woman, right? I don't know if you've heard that.
Yeah, true.
Don't tell a woman everything. Do you not feel at any point that maybe your wife will see you in a certain way if every time you're going through some challenge, you're coming to talk to her about it? Do you not feel that way? And secondly, what your greatest fears are. If you have any fear at all, what's the greatest of it? Okay, but let me talk to David quickly, who has joined us via Zoom. Hi, David, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hey,
Great.
good to have you join us, David. Unfortunately, we've had a chunk of the conversation already, but I'd like to know how you are doing and if you're going through anything and how you deal with it.
Good. I think I got joined a bit late, but I heard just a few bits about how we deal with challenges, men talking, not talking to their wives, and sometimes trying to keep things before they spill it out. And I think it's a very interesting discussions you are having. I think maybe I can start off by saying that because of how the world generally sees men and how we also, the stereotypes that we have always, seen growing up and how our culture is, men usually tend to, you are supposed to, let me say, man up when challenges are, you are going through certain challenges. And these are some of the things that really result in most men having a lot of difficulty to share their challenges. And the result has not been very good. The outcome usually leads to most men dying before women. Suicide rates are even higher among men than women. That is some of the interesting facts. And I believe these are some of the reasons why we have these outcomes. So it's good we sometimes talk about men also. A lot of the time, if you're not careful, we end up just talking about women's health. Meanwhile, the men also go through a lot. So I'm glad you are having a discussion. Yes.
Okay, and David, do you have challenges and how do you deal with it? And what are some of your coping mechanisms?
A good question. In currently how the system is, I think most people will have challenges, and I'm no exception. I would say that for me, The bulk of it has to do with, sharing your challenges as and when it comes with your wife. I'm also married with children, and one you're asking who else you talk to. I think one key person that is very, very important in my life is talking to my pastor, and I think it has been very, very helpful because sometimes some people tend to talk to friends. It has its own challenges there. But I believe if you have a mentor, somebody who is guiding you as a father, it's usually better than to go out talking to friends as a first point of call. Yeah.
All right, David, please hold on quickly. I was asking you, do you have that fear that you'll be telling your wife too much and perhaps it could go against you in future?
I think to some extent.
You feel that way?
Yeah, to be.
I know she's doing the watching there.
I mean, not everything in terms of trying to overlay your worries or your burdens onto them in terms of trying to keep the family money to run the family and all that. I mean, she has her own role to play in that bit, and I think from a man and a leader perspective, you need to always be able to provide. And one key note for my dad is, has there been any time in his life that he wasn't able to provide? And that's one of the things I always have to keep in mind. You always have to have some cushion somewhere, man.
It's very important.
It's very important.
It's very important.
They look up to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What's your greatest fear?
My greatest fear to die unexpectedly, very early, as being a family man now.
Yeah.
I think that's because the end of life is death, and that's the end. There's nothing you can do again. And your dreams and aspirations, and I mean, we all pray to God for some long life and good health also. And also, I think I'm terminally ill, not being able to move.
And not be able to move and do things for family.
It kills.
We pray
it kills.
against
Yeah,
it.
It kills our spirits. It kills
we
our
pray
spirits.
that God keeps you and gives you long life to be able to take care of your family.
Most definitely.
Schoolboy, what's your greatest fear?
Okay, so my greatest fear is not to be financially stable, and then not having good health, and basically because the kind of lifestyle that I have lined up.
Good health.
Oh yeah, I really
and financially stable.
Exactly.
Good health, financially stable.
Yeah.
Good health, life.
Life.
David, lastly, what's your greatest fear?
Well, I think for me also, I can align with your guests in the studio. It will be to leave this world without impacting much to my children. So I'm not sure how they are going to, grow up to become. That is what I would say is my greatest fear. Yes.
Interesting. Well, I guess this fear runs through every man. I can attest to that. All four of us, I'm sure that we have the same fear. But well, as Christians, I'm being biased. Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure David is a Christian too. As Christians, I'm sure that we keep hopes alive each and every day, knowing that you will never leave us nor forsake us, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's going to be well. Guys, it's going to be fine, all right?
Most
Everything's
definitely.
going to be fine.
Right.
Everything will be fine. No alcohol. We are not going to rely on alcohol and smoking,
Not at
looking
all.
for certain coping mechanisms, talk to each other, have men conversations, and pray. I guess that's it. Well,
Right.
David, Kelvin, where can we find you? Are you public? Are you social? Do you mind putting your stuff out there?
X
Or what you do?
or Twitter. I'm Kev Master.
Kev Master.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instagram as well, and I'm an IT project manager.
Okay.
I used to work in the bank, Absa Bank, and I moved to a software development company.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's basically that, and then
we'll look for you on X and have conversations.
Most definitely.
Francis?
Very social. So Instagram is Francis Mensah Donko with no R at the end.
Okay.
But on Facebook it's Francis Mensah Donko with an R. Yeah.
You're a performer.
Yes.
You're an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll link up soon.
Very.
David, you?
Yes, I'm also on Facebook, mainly David Achampon. I'm more of a developmental worker and a chess instructor, the game chess.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. We'll get in touch with you as well. David, thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you very
Wishing
much.
you all the best.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, well, we are fine and we will be fine. That's it for our Lifestyle Daily Conversation. As I said, Throwback Thursday, we had an interesting conversation with Tego Sisters, MFA and I, and we don't want you to miss it. So here it is.